G'day everyone and welcome back to the Things Down Under podcast, episode 7. I'm your host Adrian, and on today's show, I'll be reviewing the Miami Dolphins' third and final preseason game as we took on the Jacksonville Jaguars at Hard Rock Stadium. So let's get into it. Before we get into the game, I want to let you guys know that I was invited onto the Honorable Marvin Coop show on Saturday for a big NFL preview and prediction show. Marvin Cooper, who was the host, invited me onto his show with Raider Ragu and Jay Will. Marvin Cooper is a big Steelers fan. Raider Ragu is a big Raiders fan, and Jay Will is a big Indianapolis Colts fan. So all four of us did a big NFL prediction and preview show where we predicted all 32 NFL teams their finishing season records, and we also gave you our insight and personal opinions on how we thought all 32 NFL teams will go for this upcoming season. So I like to thank Marvin Cooper for inviting me onto his show and being a very, very nice and respectful host. I like to thank Raider Ragu as well and Jay Will. So make sure you guys, when you get time, make sure you go onto the Honorable Marvin Coop show, subscribe to his channel, and like the video, because it's a great show. It's got a bit of banter in it as well, so you guys will enjoy it. So make sure you check it out. Anyway, let's go and talk about the Miami Dolphins Jacksonville Jaguars game. So Tua started this game, and most of our offense did start, besides Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. And the first two drives was really bad. I thought Tua hung onto the ball for too long. He took 2 sacks in the first 2 drives. The offensive line didn't really help him much, and he was a bit inaccurate for the first 2 drives. But the offensive line and Tua redeemed himself on the third drive. Tua threw a nice pass out to M. Washington, who did a nasty juke move on a Jacksonville Jaguars defender. It looked like he broke his ankles. He did a nice juke move and ran it all the way in for a nice touchdown. So Tua and the offensive line and our starters on offensive line mostly played the first quarter, and then so we went up 8-0 in the first quarter, and then Zach Wilson come in the second quarter, and Zach Wilson was alright. 9 for 13, 80 yards, 0 touchdowns, interceptions. He didn't really do, a lot of short completions. Nothing really special in there. He did find one of his big highlights, Zach Wilson, was 4th and 16. He hit Isukama. He hit him for a nice pass on 4th and 16. And that was pretty much it for Zach Wilson. 9 for 13, like I said, 80 yards, a lot of short completions. So he was alright. It looks like he's going to be our backup quarterback for the season coming up behind Tua. And Quinn Ewers is going to be our third string quarterback. Quinn Ewers was decent, very similar to Zach Wilson's stats. 7 for 8, he only missed 1 pass, 66 yards, a lot of short completions. And like I said, a lot of short completions, and it looks like he's getting his accuracy is getting better. It looks like his confidence is growing. So he was decent in this match as well. So another good preseason hit out for Quinn Ewers. Our rushing stats, Ollie Gordon. This guy's had a great preseason so far. 8 carries. His stats for this game was 8 carries, 43 yards, 5.4 yards per carry. He was averaging 0 touchdown. He's looking more and more impressive every time I watch him. So he's gonna the duo between Devon A-Chain and Ollie Gordon, that's going to be a good mix. That's going to be a good 1-2 combination for the Miami Dolphins. You got a speed back in Devon A-Chain, you got a big power back in Ollie Gordon, so that's going to be a good 1-2 combo. It's going to be a good combo for the Miami Dolphins at running back this season. And Boone, 7 carries, 27 yards, averaging 3.9 yards and 1 touchdown. He had a good rushing touchdown there towards the end of the game. That's still the deal for us. Shanklin, 4 carries, 14 yards, averaged 3.5, touchdown 0. Zach Wilson had that one little scramble for 1 carry for 3 yards. I would like to see Zach Wilson scramble a bit more because, you know, watching him at New York for the New York Jets for where he got drafted, you know, I think that's what I would like to see Zach Wilson scramble more because he does have that in his locker. So I would like to see him scramble more with the Dolphins if he gets a chance to in the regular season, because I think that's one of his good traits. Yeah, receiving stats. The two Washingtons and Washington, his first touchdown was ridiculous. Like the way he made that defender miss was just crazy. 3 receptions, 41 yards, average 13.7, 1 touchdown. T. Washington was good as well. 4 receptions, 30 yards, average 7.5, 0 touchdowns. E. Izukama, sorry for butchering your name again. 3 receptions, 25 yards, 8.3, average, 0 touchdowns. Armstrong, 1 reception, 21 yards. Dietrich, 1 reception, 21 yards. T. Wees Jr., 3 receptions, 19 yards. Shanklin, 2 receptions, 18 yards. Jay Waddle had 1 catch for 8 yards. Boone had 1 catch for 8 yards. And C. Myrick had 1 catch for 4 yards. Let's go to the defensive side of the ball, defensive stats. I'm not going to read you all of the defensive stats. I'm just going to read you the players that I thought played well on defense for us. And C. Tyndall, I thought he was a busy man. He had 6 tackles and 2 assists, so he had a very big game. Dean McLennan, 1 tackle, 1 assist, 1 sack. Jalen Phillips, it was good to see him. It's good to see him, good to see him back after 2 big injuries in the last couple of seasons. He had 1 tackle, 1 assist, and 0.5. Hopefully he has a big season for us this season, and hopefully he stays fit. Fingers crossed. Bradley Chubb coming off a big injury as well, big ACL injury. Didn't play last season. It's good to see him back and fit as well. 1 tackle, 1 assist, 0.5 sacks. And Chop Robinson, 1 tackle and 1 sack. I think it was the first play of the game. He got a sack on the Jaguars quarterback. So that was good to see. Our pass rushing, we're going to get a lot of sacks this season. Mark my words, our pass rushing with Judon as well coming in. We're gonna be going after the quarterbacks this season, and we're gonna get a lot of sacks. So, and Jay Sonder Jr. and that nice interception return to seal the game and win us the game there at the end. Kick return stats. We had 1 return for 29 yards. And punt return stats. M. Washington, who did well I thought our punt returning was good. We had M. Washington, who had a good game, had 2 punt returns for 27 yards, averaged 13.5. And AJ Henning had 1 punt return for 18 yards. Kicking stats, as you probably know, Jay Sanders is injured. He's expected to miss the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season with a hip injury. So I think we're going to have to find another kicker to come in while Jay Sanders is out for those 4 or 5 weeks. Jay Bailey had a field goal attempt from, he had a field goal attempt from over 50 yards. He missed it. It was a really bad attempt, but 0 for 1 field goal attempts for Jay Bailey. And punting, Jay Bailey, I thought he had a good game for punting. He had 4 punts, 189 yards, 47.3 average, and he got 1 punt inside the 20 once. So that wraps up the show. We went undefeated in the preseason. We drew with the Chicago Bears 24-all. We beat the Detroit Lions 24-17, and we beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 14-6. So overall record in the preseason, undefeated with 2 wins, 0 losses, and 1 tie. Anyway, that wraps up the show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you next time. And as always, fins up.